Some games aren't just fun, they define what gaming is all about. The kind that stay in your head long after the credits roll and remind you why you fell in love with games in the first place. Here are the 20 legendary games you must play once in your life. Resident Evil Village easily earns a place among games you have to play at least once. The game throws you into a nightmare almost right away. You're Ethan Winters, reunited with your wife and baby after losing everything, only to watch your daughter get taken by something twisted and horrific. From that moment on, you're dragged into a world where fear isn't just a feeling, it's survival. What makes it stand out is how the game constantly shifts tone. One moment you're sneaking through a quiet, snow-covered street, and the next you're trapped in a castle with something stalking you from the shadows. It balances slow, creeping horror with intense action in a way that keeps you hooked without burning you out. It's that mix of tension and atmosphere that makes Resident Evil Village unforgettable. A game that knows when to scare you and when to just let the silence do the work.
Is this all that's left? From your entire village? All that's left? There is no one left! We can bust out with this.
Lycans and gentlemen, we thank you for waiting. And now let the games begin!
There is no safe! Every sorry bastard out there has been ripped in half. Tomorrow we'll all be dead.
No, let me go!
Chris? What the hell? Why?
Go to hell! Go! What the?
Shit!
You bastard!
Dying Light 2 is one of those games that pulls you in fast and keeps you hooked. You play as Aiden Caldwell, drifting into a city that's barely holding together after years of infection and violence. He's looking for his sister, but that search quickly turns into a fight for survival and trust, where every decision shapes who lives, who dies, and what the city becomes. The movement system is what makes it shine. Parkour feels natural. You're climbing and running across rooftops with real momentum. Once the sun sets, the city completely changes. The infected swarm the streets, forcing you to move smarter and faster, and that shift keeps every night tense in a good way. Combat's got weight too. Every hit, block, and dodge matters.
A nightmare woke him up. Frightened by his mother's bedtime story, he searched for his sister's comfort, but she was nowhere to be found. The bramble covers all where darkness has taken hold. Do not give in to the darkness. Do not give in to the darkness. Do not give in to the darkness. You will find what you are searching for within the mountain.
Bramble the Mountain King easily earns its place among games you've got to play. It starts with Tor, a young boy who sneaks out at night to find his missing sister. But what begins as a simple rescue turns into a journey through a world twisted by ancient Nordic folklore. The deeper he goes, the stranger and darker everything becomes. What makes the game so gripping is how it balances innocence and horror. One minute you're walking through peaceful meadows with glowing fireflies, and the next you're hiding from creatures straight out of old nightmares. It's not about jump scares, it's about creeping dread that builds with every step. Bramble isn't just about fear, it's about wonder, loss, and facing things that shouldn't exist. It's a short but unforgettable trip into the kind of fairy tale you definitely wouldn't want to live through. NieR Automata is one of those games you simply have to play once in your life. It throws you into a ruined future where androids fight machines on a deserted Earth. But what starts as a simple war quickly becomes something way more personal. The story is strange, emotional, and full of moments that make you stop and think without spelling everything out. The gameplay is just as strong. Combat feels fast and smooth, switching effortlessly between sword combos, shooting, and acrobatics. It's stylish without being complicated, and the game keeps mixing things up with new perspectives and mechanics that keep you on your toes. The world itself carries this quiet sadness. You'll explore ruined cities, empty deserts, and broken amusement parks, all filled with machines that act more human than you'd expect. NieR Automata is an experience you don't just play, you remember.
Perhaps we're not so different after all. Pod 153, I order you to halt all logical thought and speech.
They're not A2! I can handle this!
Androids were designed to protect their human masters.
Even if it's pointless, you still have to do it!
You two are the last remaining members of Warhammer.
It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And a corpse can't laugh!
Stay with me. Don't leave me alone again. You're supposed to take care of me.
I know what you are. I know why I needed you. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore.
Silent Hill 2 Remake is one of those games you truly should try at least once, if only for how it reimagines horror in a modern way. You walk into the fog-drenched town of Silent Hill as James Sunderland, a man chasing a mysterious letter from his late wife, and what starts as a sad journey quickly becomes a twisted psychological nightmare. The story hits hard without being loud. You don't need big monsters to scare you. The fear comes from memories, regrets, and what your mind fills in when the fog rolls in. The game lets you unravel the mystery at your own pace, reading notes and piecing together what really happened. So even if you've played the original, this feels fresh, like you're seeing the story for the first time. Whether you love horror or just want to see how storytelling and design can build real fear, Silent Hill 2 Remake delivers something unforgettable.
What boy's in love with you?
Afraid, get up out the way, y'all used to hate, look at what you made. I'm gonna run this town. My soul got my eyes on the ground. I can't help myself, baby. Can't turn my dream down.
You're gonna be a fucking guerrilla legend!
Get in this town.
Never killed the president before?
What?
Get in this town.
Go put that come mierda down.
I won't.
Far Cry 6 throws you into a massive tropical island, torn apart by revolution. You play as Danny Rojas, a local fighter who gets caught up in a rebellion against a brutal dictator. The story doesn't take long to pull you in. It's about survival, loyalty, and the messy line between doing what's right and doing what it takes to win. The best part? You can tackle everything however you want. Go loud with explosives, sneak through enemy camps, or use wild custom weapons that look like they were built in someone's garage. The world itself feels alive. Jungles, beaches, and towns, all full of people, soldiers, and unexpected moments. You might be in the middle of a firefight one second, then quietly watching a sunset the next. Far Cry 6 mixes tension, humor, and freedom in a way that keeps you playing just to see what kind of madness happens next. A Plague Tale: Innocence stands out because of how grounded it feels. You're not a hero or a soldier, just Amicia, a young girl trying to protect her little brother Hugo in the middle of a plague-ridden France. The story builds slowly, letting you feel their bond grow as the world around them falls apart. It's emotional without forcing it, and that's what makes it stick. The gameplay keeps things tense but never overwhelming. You'll sneak through crumbling villages, use light to fend off swarms of rats, and think your way out of danger rather than fight it head-on. It mixes quiet exploration with moments of panic in a way that always feels fresh. The game's pacing lets you take it all in, while the relationship between Amicia and Hugo grows in small, believable ways. If you want a game that doesn't just entertain, but also touches you, A Plague Tale: Innocence is absolutely worth checking out.
Is your son?
Amicia!
You have no idea. Leave while you still can.
Kill the sister! Take the boy alive!
Must protect him.
Are you stupid or what? I am not stupid!
I know you, Amicia de Rune.
Amicia, you killed him. I didn't want to. There's something in the ground, Amicia! I'm sorry. I'm sick. No.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle throws you right into a classic adventure full of mystery and danger. Set in 1937, you follow Indy as he chases clues leading to an ancient secret buried across temples, tombs, and ancient ruins. It's got that old-school movie charm, a mix of curiosity and just enough chaos to keep you hooked. The fun part is how the game changes pace. Sometimes you're exploring quiet ruins, brushing off old carvings, figuring out puzzles that actually make you think. Other times, you're in full motion, swinging your whip, dodging traps, or escaping crumbling tunnels seconds before they collapse. The best thing is how it captures that feeling of adventure. Not just the action, but the sense of discovery. If you miss that mix of mystery and pure adventure, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle hits exactly the right spot.
Hello, little darling.
Take cover!
Here we go.
What are you doing, Joe? Are you crazy?
I don't suppose you know how to fly this thing, do you?
I've come so far. I'm not turning back. After all I've sacrificed, I have to wonder.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider is one of those adventures you have to play at least once in your life. This time, Lara Croft's journey takes her deep into the jungles of South America, where an ancient Mayan prophecy and her own mistakes set off a chain of events that could end the world. It's a more personal story, showing a side of Lara that's both strong and uncertain as she faces what her obsession has turned her into. The gameplay mixes exploration, puzzles, and stealth perfectly. You'll swing across cliffs and sneak through enemy camps using the jungle itself as cover. The tombs are a real highlight, beautifully designed, challenging enough to make you think, but satisfying once you figure them out. With its emotional story, smart level design, and stunning visuals, Shadow of the Tomb Raider delivers an adventure that sticks with you long after you finish it. Alien Isolation is one of those horror experiences you must play at least once in your life. Set 15 years after the original Alien film, you step into the role of Amanda Ripley, searching for answers about her mother's disappearance. But once she arrives on the Sevastopol space station, she realizes she's not alone. Something is hunting her, and it's far smarter than anything she's faced before. The tension never really lets up. The alien isn't scripted. It learns, adapts, and reacts to your every move. You don't fight it. You hide, sneak, and pray it doesn't hear your motion tracker beeping. That constant pressure makes even the quietest moments feel terrifying. Alien Isolation nails that mix of helplessness and immersion few horror games ever reach. It's not about jump scares. It's about surviving one smart, unstoppable enemy in a place where no one can save you. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 drops you into a brutal battlefield where war isn't just background, it's everything. You suit up in heavy power armor as a Space Marine and get thrown into the chaos of a massive conflict. Emperors to serve, enemies to crush, and an entire galaxy at stake. Corporations, hellish aliens, and traitors all clash while you try to make sense of battle orders and who's really pulling the strings. You don't just run and gun. Sometimes you're digging in, using cover, timing your strikes, switching between ranged fire and brutal close quarters. Every fight tests you, and when you win, it hits like you carried a world on your shoulders. If you want a title that delivers powerful action, heavy stakes, and enough violence to make you feel like you're actually fighting for something, Space Marine 2 delivers it straight and raw. Alan Wake 2 is a slow, eerie, psychological horror game done right. You play as two characters, Alan, trapped in a twisted version of reality, and Saga, an FBI agent trying to make sense of strange murders that somehow link back to him. It's full of moments that blur the line between story and hallucination. The game builds its scares through atmosphere rather than cheap tricks. The environments feel heavy. Every flickering light or distant whisper puts you on edge. When things go quiet, that's usually when you should worry. It's the kind of horror that gets under your skin slowly. Gameplay feels tight and deliberate. You don't just shoot, you use light as your main defense, clearing away the darkness before you can even land a hit. You don't always want to fight. Sometimes staying quiet and planning ahead feels smarter.
You're the killer, the cult leader.
No! You've got the wrong man!
It's my fault! It got out!
Wake has a double. Where is he now?
I don't want to be in the story, just write me out of the story!
SOMA is one of those games you have to experience at least once in your life, because it does horror in a completely different way. You wake up alone in an underwater research facility, surrounded by flickering lights and machines that somehow talk and think like people. There's no clear enemy at first, just confusion, isolation, and the slow realization that something has gone terribly wrong. The story isn't about jump scares, it's about discovery. Every terminal you check, every room you explore, reveals a little more of what happened and forces you to question what makes someone human. It's unsettling, not because of gore or monsters, but because of the ideas it plants in your head. It's the kind of horror that stays with you. SOMA doesn't just scare you, it makes you think long after the credits roll.
This is where we went wrong, son. This is where we planted the seed to the cancer that's eating Pathos too. It wasn't meant to be like this. No one told us this could happen.
No Man's Sky is one of those games that surprises you, in the best way possible. From the first planet you land on, there's this feeling of endless possibility. Weird alien wildlife, random weather patterns, and planets whose landscapes totally shift depending on where you are. It's a game that hooks you with curiosity rather than gunfire. But the real magic appears once you start exploring. Every new planet brings fresh surprises. Alien creatures, shifting weather, weird signal readings that might lead you to ruins or danger. Sometimes you'll be scanning bizarre flora. Other times you'll be scrambling for shelter before a toxic storm hits. You steer yourself through it all. If you're up for a space adventure that mixes survival, exploration, and creativity, No Man's Sky gives you a universe worth diving into. Alien Rogue Incursion drops you right into the messy chaos of life on a colony ship gone wrong. And yeah, things get ugly fast. You wake up expecting a normal crew job, but everything's changed. The ship's falling apart, alarms blare, and out of the darkness, something's hunting you. What makes this one stand out is how raw and chaotic it feels. You're not running a scripted mission. There's no glowing objective marker. Instead, you're sneaking through corridors, listening for distant breathing, and making split-second decisions just to stay alive. Every hallway could hide something, and every shadow could be an alien waiting to strike. If you're down for a horror sci-fi ride that doesn't sugarcoat the terror, Alien Rogue Incursion delivers. It's messy, it's intense, and it's exactly the kind of game you'll remember, whether you make it out alive or not.
You were sent by the gods to protect this world.
You carry the blade of Leonidas. Act like it.
as you write your Odyssey across the mountains and the seas, remember, the fate of Greece journeys with you.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of those adventures you've got to play at least once in your life. It starts with your character, either Alexios or Cassandra, living as a lone mercenary in ancient Greece, until one unexpected event drags you into a journey that ties your fate to war, family, and something far bigger than either. It's a story that starts personal and slowly grows into an epic filled with choices that actually shape what happens next. The fun comes from how much freedom the game gives you. You can sail the sea, fight in massive battles, sneak through enemy camps, or just wander across temples and islands that look stunning at every angle. Combat feels fast and flexible. Spears, swords, and bows all have weight, and the abilities you unlock turn fights into stylish duels. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of those adventures that stays with you long after you finished it. Watch Dogs 2 is the kind of game that makes hacking feel fun instead of technical. You play as Marcus Holloway, a young hacker taking on corrupt corporations and surveillance systems in a near-future version of San Francisco. It's a story about fighting back, but it's told with humor, and a crew that actually feels like friends rather than side characters. The gameplay keeps things fresh with how open-ended it is. You can sneak in with drones, distract enemies using your phone, or just roll in blasting. The game never forces one approach. It's playful in a way most open-world games aren't. Half the fun comes from experimenting with gadgets and seeing what kind of chaos you can cause. What makes Watch Dogs 2 so memorable is its vibe. It's clever and surprisingly laid back for a game about rebellion. It's one of those titles that reminds you games can be smart and still just plain fun. Dragon Quest XI jumps off the screen with charm and adventure, and it's easy to see why it earns a spot on this must-play list. What begins as a simple village festival quickly turns into an epic journey. You're swept up by destiny, traveling across colorful landscapes, growing from a hopeful young hero into someone who might just save the world. Exploration is where the game shines. Landscapes are gorgeous, and there's a sense of wonder around every corner. You can chat with villagers, hunt monsters in lush fields, or just wander through rolling hills until night falls. It all feels relaxed and rewarding instead of rushed. Combat mixes classic turn-based strategy with modern polish. You get to manage a full party, switch tactics based on your enemies, and upgrade skills as you go. It's easy to pick up, but satisfying enough to keep you engaged for dozens of hours.
Get the hell out of here. Before it's too late.
What's going on here?
Sorry. That information's classified.
Seems to be evolving much faster than expected.
Nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus.
What exactly are you looking for?
more info on the people responsible for this mess.
What the?
I swear, you bastard, if you hurt her.
Identify yourself.
Stop! You'll never get the G-Virus! Sherry, come on! Daddy, no!
Resident Evil 2 Remake is one of those games you absolutely have to play at least once. It's survival horror done perfectly. You step into the shoes of Leon Kennedy or Claire Redfield, walking straight into a city that's already gone to hell. The story kicks off fast, streets crawling with the undead, and a police station that hides more secrets than safety. What makes it stand out is how smartly it modernizes a classic. The over-the-shoulder camera, realistic lighting, and brutal sound design turn every hallway into a nerve-shredding experience. Ammo is scarce, the tension never lets up, and even when you think you're safe, you're not. If you want a game that keeps you hooked from start to finish and proves why survival horror still works, Resident Evil 2 Remake is a must-play.
Just you.
What about loyalty?
Loyal to what matters.
Do as you're goddamn told.
It is us or him!
You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
The longer you wait, the more damage you do. He will resent you, and you may lose him forever.
You're next! I'll rip your head off!
There are consequences to killing a god!
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Power of this weapon, any weapon, comes from here.
I will find her, or someone who knows what happened to her.
Who are you?
You know who I am. A legend cannot be killed, can it? The Wild Hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri.
Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor deserves the #1 spot on any list of must-play games for how perfectly it blends action, storytelling, and world design. Set between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, it puts you in the boots of Talion, a ranger bound to the wraith Celebrimbor after tragedy strikes at Mordor's Black Gate. What starts as revenge turns into something far deeper, a brutal fight for control against Sauron's rising army. The Nemesis system is what truly sets it apart. Enemies remember you, adapt to how you fight, and grow stronger if they defeat you. That single mechanic makes every encounter feel personal. No fight ever plays out the same twice. The combat is smooth, fast, and deeply satisfying. It mixes swordplay, stealth, and wraith powers in a way that makes you feel both skilled and constantly challenged.
Bet you thought I'd die. Guess what?